battle between one David and one Goliath, but I'm sure it is more than that. Seoula, welcome.
Thank you.
And so tell us, how has it been? Because you were a last-minute entrant into the Fatorda election scene. Tell us about your experience in the last few days and what gave you the confidence to take both Damu, Naik and Vijai Sardesai head-on.
Yes. So it is not one David and one Goliath, it is one David versus two Goliaths.
Sure.
Yes. And it is not a last minute entry because we have been working in Fatorda for a long time. My other leaders also have been working in Fatorda for a long time, and I've been working since December. So just like anybody else would have started their door-to-door in December, I started my door-to-door in December. It is just that the ticket announcement was late, which has happened with any other party as well. And it is exactly the same process. So delay has not been there.
Okay. No, so the thing is, obviously Fatorda is a land of heavyweights, and all along Fatorda was a battleground where two people fought for the turf. It was Damu, Naik and Vijai Sardesai, and the third person was always there in the race, whether it be of Congress or any other party, merely filled up the numbers. What makes it different this time?
What is different is that TMC is a party which is very strong in its conviction. It is not a party that leaves you. I have seen how the other parties, means I have watched from outside how the other parties, they leave their candidate. They don't go to support them. My leaders are on my back every day. They are on the ground with me. They are in my office with me. We had Churchill Bab and Louisian Bab, they were in my office today. Then Louisian Bab was with me door to door. So they are not leaving me. So that is the difference. There is conviction.
Tell me, this one particular constituency has been represented by Vijai Sardesai for the last 2 terms, 3 terms. First as an independent and then another Goa forward person. So the point here is that, and of course Damu has been a veteran of sorts. In terms of your strategy, where are you hoping to break ground and get your votes? In the sense that, what is the narrative and what is the political strategy?
Well, that you want me to reveal?
The narrative at least, because at the end of the day, revealing in the sense that we just want you to have a conversation about what you are going out and telling your voters, because you're doing that every day anyway.
Yes, I'll tell you. So what does happen is that we do have BJP in our constituency. And this BJP is standing on 2 feet. It's a body of BJP which is standing on 2 feet. Both feet need to be kicked out. Why? Of course, because our economy is in shambles. It's because this party has taken bad decisions for the economy. That's why we are going ahead. So in our constituency, sometimes people say that there is Goa forward, which is regionalistic. But I refute it at all cost because only the word Goa is featuring. But there is no regionalistic sentiment, there is no feeling. In fact, everything anti-regionalistic takes place with this party, including the inclusion of that 16B amendment which was there, which has really gone against Goa. So at present, we are scooping out BJP votes, if you want to say traditional BJP votes, if you want to say that. We are scooping out from the other side also. There is no, that vote bank which is created is now changing. The picture is changing. Plus there are free votes. They want to vote for us. We already know that they want to vote for us. Other people are out of the race. So we are in a very good position in fact. The margin of winning has always been narrow in Fatorda. And there have been quite a large chunk of what I call free votes. Those are there. Plus there is anti-incumbency in the constituency, believe it.
Right. See, Fatorda always pictures itself as a epicenter of development. That's what the MLA has been saying. And they've been talking about the vistas and the boulevards and the wide roads and so on and so forth, pitching them as absolute visible symbols of development, which has happened across the constituency. Do you feel that is a tough narrative to challenge?
I will not even challenge it.
Okay.
You see, whatever is there in Fatorda today, the map of Fatorda that we see, stadium, sessions court, market complex,
yes,
and whatever else is there in Fatorda, these things were brought by our leader Louisin Bab. And he was the one to acquire them. Maybe it was built by the next congressman, but he was the one to acquire them because Fatorda used to be part of a larger Naveli constituency. Sessions Court, till today, I go to the Sessions Court often. So till today, I see Louisin Falero's name over there. So all the infrastructure projects you see are all brought by my leader. So I will not refute that there is no development. Development has taken place. We have done it.
In terms of the entire constituency, what are the other narratives that you are pushing as a candidate? In the sense that what are you offering as a candidate to the people of Goa?
I have always been a person who has been for social justice and for judicial justice to the people. I am a people's advocate. In court, I have fought for the people without charging fees. I don't do that. I just don't do that. I'm not talking about my commercial clients. I'm talking about where people come to me for help. It's always open. This has been my contribution to society. I'm already a contributing member. Plus, on the other side, I have also done small things around the constituency. The other day, the road was spoiled. I did that because I only was fed up of seeing it like that. Garbage was on black spot. I persuaded the municipality via legal representation, and I got it done by following up. So we are not just people who are raising issues for the sake of raising issues. We are raising issues to close them, and we are closing them. Now not to talk about my constituency, but in Old Goa, I went and I met that Ella Panchayat. I met the Panchayat members before their this demolition notice, no, after the demolition notice, but
Before the hearing.
Or the illegal structure.
Yes, give them all the whole thing.
yeah, so concrete steps is what I believe in. There was a municipal tax which was last year implemented all across Goa. I made an awareness, I studied it very deeply. I made an awareness video. I made a representation. I got as a group, we got 1,500 signatures, and we pushed the government to back down. That's what we do for the people. So people now are aware of this, plus I'm telling them this. There's no reason for them to think otherwise.
Your candidature is also very interesting because it kind of buttresses and strengthens the whole narrative, as it were, that people who are educated, young, have more years in politics ahead of them than behind them. Okay, and these are people who should come in. It probably also strengthens the whole discourse of having people who are not with traditional political families, whose parents and grandparents have been politicians, but people who are not necessarily from political families that yet want to take the plunge and have faith in the political process, because the faith in the political process is ebbing as far as youngsters are concerned, because they're getting tired and jaded, and they look at politics as something that good people don't do.
Yes.
So the point is that when people like you, and across parties, I'm not just saying only TMC, but when people like you get into the political system with your profile and your background and so on and so forth, doesn't it kind of rekindle hope in the political system as well?
That is exactly why I got in. I know that when people look at me, they see hope. I know it. Because even when I look at the way we are moving, when I look at my supporters who are younger than me, when they are younger than me, I also see hope because they are interested and they know that every activist movement has to culminate in politics, because that is where your power is going to allow your issue to be solved. So this understanding is fabulous to see among young people, which I can see. So we are going in that direction only. This white what I wear is not because other politicians are wearing white. I wear it because it is easy to wear and it is my profession. It is easy to wear. So very naturally I have gone into politics. All good politicians should be lawyers. Otherwise there is no fun in it. All are from Gandhiji to Ambedkar to giving you great examples. I can only touch their feet. I cannot stand by their stature. They are also lawyers. So it is but natural that I would get into it. I'm not from a political background, that's correct. I don't have a political family, that's correct. My father is an engineer. My mother is a retired nurse. She says that nurses don't retire. My sister is an assistant professor in psychology. She's a PhD. I decided to become a lawyer. See, I could have also become an engineer or a nurse like my parents, but I didn't go in that direction. I decided to do something that they were not, so that I could contribute into the family.
Right.
And similarly, politics, there's nobody who is in politics in my immediate family. I had to go because the people demanded it.
Similarly, I think taking off from where you left off, I think a lot of the activist movements in and around Goa also, as you said, need to kind of move into the political space at some point of time. And one is actually seeing a few activists who are in the political space, at least in these elections across parties. And that needs to happen, because I do agree that over a period of time, the activist movements and politicians are always at loggerheads. They don't easily assimilate, and that assimilation is extremely important.
Yeah. Because the activists bring an issue, and a politician may challenge that issue or may resist that issue. So when the activist itself becomes the politician, then you know your issue is going to be taken up. That is why it builds confidence in the people.
Now, coming to the second part of this interview, we'll wind up in a bit. You see, obviously one hopes that you do well, one hopes that one gets success and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, politics is a double-edged sword. You win some and you lose some. You know, in the event of you not crossing the line this time, let's say, you know, that what are your plans for the next 5 years in the constituency? Because at the end of the day, you're not somebody who wants to be a flash in the pan. You'll obviously want to work extensively. So what plans have you kind of made for yourself after the 10th of March, either way?
Yeah, either way, the plan actually will remain exactly the same. Should I win, I work.
Sure.
Otherwise also, I work. If I was not contesting also, I work. So the work never stops. Next 5 years, I don't know otherwise how things will be, but the plan is to reach out to the people constantly, not just once in a while. Because now also when I was going, you know, I'm having to answer to the sins of the other people, where they're asking me, well, you know, you all come during elections and you all come only at this time and you all don't come otherwise. But actually that's not me. That's not a reflection on me. That's a reflection on my predecessors.
Yeah, you just identified.
Yes, but I have to answer for their sins. I do not want to commit the same sins. So I will be definitely completely active. It is very natural for me to be active. So that is what will continue.
Seoula, thing is, when you decide to get into politics, you obviously had different choices, different political parties, different choices. By and large, suiting your ideology and your beliefs.
Yeah.
TMC is known to be a relatively new party in Goa. It's been here just for 3 to 4 months, and there were other parties in the offing. So just tell us this whole process of how you kind of started getting interested in the TMC and how it all came about, because it's a new party, and so how did the connection happen?
Yes, TMC is young and so am I. So it was natural that we should come together, and we did. Before TMC came into Goa itself, everybody knew about TMC anyway. Everybody knows Mamata Banerjee. So in the same manner, even I know Mamata Banerjee. But not just because of the last Bengal elections, but because, well, we have been watching current affairs, so by and large we know who's who. But very particularly I want to say that it is when I had visited Bengal in 2016 on a tour that I came across ordinary people, a taxi driver, a shopkeeper and a tour guide. These people spoke to me about Mamata Banerjee. I was surprised. I didn't ask them. I didn't go to find out about politics. I had gone for my touring purpose. And they decided to bring up their leader, their main leader over there. They decide to bring her up in ordinary conversations. So it told me that she was in their mind, maybe even heart, on a day-to-day basis. I have not seen that phenomenon anywhere. So that has always remained with me. So I had to be with TMC.
When was this? When did the candidature happen?
Years ago, 2016.
I I'll kind of wrap up now, but before I do that, what, according to you, are the critical areas and issues that need to be taken up? I mean, we've spoken about the coal pollution, we've spoken about double tracking, employment, and so on and so forth. According to you, what would be the top 3 or top 5 priorities for any government?
Yeah.
All the TMC government.
Top three will be jobs, definitely, and jobs for locals of a particular area, not where, you know, in GMC it is VMC, Valpoi Medical College, or not like how it is in our district hospital also, and in our collectorate also. We have a lot of people from very far away who are coming, but our own people are there from here. The acquisition is my Fatorda's property has been acquired, but my Fatorda people have not got to go over there. So jobs is definitely top priority. Government jobs I'm talking about. Private sector also, see, in my personal capacity as a nobody. I'm a nobody. I have given jobs. Don't ask me how I was able to do it. Some phone calls here, ask a friend, put in a factory, somebody else, push my people. I've done that in a small way. So even private sector, we need to have some kind of umbrella where people can come in, get placed. So jobs is number 1, so that we have human development. Then our environment definitely has to be taken care of. It is the need of the hour, because it was not done yesterday, so it has to be done today so that tomorrow can be salvaged. Green cover requires to be increased. Now by declaring private forests, you cannot just say that you have increased green cover, but actual real increase of green cover, not in the neighboring state, in our state. That's what we need. And number 3, I would say we need some industry, more industry. We have, but I'm not, you know, it's good to have good education, it's good to have big colleges, but then we are training everybody and we have nowhere to put them.
Yeah, but see, industry also happens if you focus on manufacturing. See, pharma and all that is fine, but unless you get more manufacturing industry, you won't get the skill sets of people to merge it with.
Yeah, which comes to another point of acquisition, and then the same issues, and therefore everything has to be tied together with very good planning. It's planned urbanization against unplanned urbanization.
Finally, 2 flagship programs of the TMC, the Yuva Shakti Card and the Griha Lakshmi scheme, are the two areas which the party is ultimately going with. The issue is, of course, the opposition has, or other parties have criticized this as a whole politics of freebies, you know, and ensuring that and asking whether these schemes will be at all funded or not, because obviously, fair enough, the experience of the DSS and other schemes of the current government has made people skeptical. So in the sense that as far as these 2 schemes are concerned, don't you think getting them implemented is also a big challenge for the people in TMC? Implemented in the sense that ensuring that people who enroll,
that it should definitely happen. Yes. Things are contingent on how the government will be formed. We have a manifesto which is our letter of intent, and in this manifesto we will try to get as much done as possible in the first 6 months, in the first 1 year, and it will go that way. Everything will not get done, most of the things should get done. So as per these 2 schemes, they are extremely ambitious schemes, but we are not like the others. We are a refreshing party because we are extremely ambitious. We'll do it. Now in Bengal it is already successfully implemented, of course at a smaller range, but given how Goa is, GDP is higher and our way of life is different, it is perfectly suited for our people.
Seoula, it's been a short but riveting discussion, and we kind of leave you to get back to your campaign.
Thank you.
And we wish you all the best. And let's see on the other side of the campaign on the 10th of March, and we'll take it from there.
Thank you.